Welcome back to Meg's Mysteries. This story is called True Calling. I'm glad you can take the time out of your busy schedule for this interview for True Calling. The article will appear in Real Time magazine. I'll be taping this recording if you don't mind. No problem, Dr. Baker said. I read your magazine all the time. Your name is Rick Ledger, right? Yes. I also work for the Palisade TV News, and you are a famous psychiatrist, Dr. David Richards. I will also be interviewing with some of your college friends about their successful lives. Chef Anthony Ramos from Classic Italian, Senator Paul Simons, and Jack Storm from the band Jazz Me. I see you all were very close in college, the Golden Four as they called you. Dr. Baker says, I see you've done your homework. Yes, ask me anything you like. And yes, we're still all best friends, just like brothers. We see each other as much as we can. We have very busy schedules, you know. I asked him, my first question is, the doctor of psychiatry, was that your true calling? He told me, yes, I always was interested in the works of the mind. That was my true calling. Can I ask you, what's your true calling? I told him, my calling is to get to the truth, get to the whole story, and maybe be famous someday. So reporting news, that's my thing. The interview went well, and I'm off to do the next 3 interviews with his friends. All the interviews did well except for Jack Storm. He was high as a kite, but I managed to make it work, and I got what I wanted. The next month, I was reporting on a big story, mysterious murder cases in the Palisades. This was my big break. The murders of 4 and then 1 missing person. The connection was the good Dr. Baker. He was the psychiatrist for all 5, the last one to see each victim. After their sessions, they were found dead or one was just vanished. At first, the police thought it was suicide because they were all unstable until the connection to the doctor. All victims' deaths were due to their greatest fears. First victim, Ted Danes, jumped off the roof of the doctor's building after a session. The second was Molly Payne, her fear of bees. She was known to be allergic. She was stung to death in the orchard by the beehive. She ran right into the hive. Chester Howard, fear of water. He drowned in a lake across the street from the doctor's office. And the 4th last person was Paul Young. He's missing, and they never found him. His fear was being buried alive. The police are still searching for him. The doctor was known for his meditation and hypnosis practice. He used it on the patients. He treated them. He said, do what you fear, and you will be fine. The doctor was arrested and found guilty of all the murders and the kidnapping of Paul Young. He claims he's innocent, but the case against him was open and shut. My story made headlines. The funny thing was, after I had the interview with him for a Real Time magazine article, this murder was the one story that put me on the map, so to say. I was being recognized as a true crime reporter. A year later, a new murder case. The chef Anthony Ramos was the prime subject. I got the story. I had interviewed him a year ago for the same magazine, The Real Time. His restaurant, Classic Italian, 5 patrons died of poisoning in his signature dish, pesto alla Anthony. He wasn't even Italian. He's such a liar. It wasn't even his dish. He stole it from another chef. They found ground hemlock in the pesto. Each victim never had a chance. Why he did it, only he knows. Maybe the pressure got too much for him, or he just snapped. But my call is he's just a murderer. He was found guilty. He also claimed he was innocent, but he was the only one to prepare the special dish. He didn't trust anyone with his secret recipe. He even served it to them at the table. 2 years later, Senator Paul Simons was accused of killing his girlfriend. She was going to the press and to his wife, with the story of him cheating and a lot of shady deals with prominent crime families. She was found murdered in the hotel room they always went to. She was strangled, but she had already mailed the story to the press. Guess which reporter had it? Yep, it was waiting on my desk. The very incriminating information. I gave it all to the police. He was found guilty of her murder, and of course he said, "But I'm innocent." Well, you might think this one was a weird coincidence, all of them being college buddies, but now I'm doing a report on all of them. The same month Senator Simons was sentenced, his other buddy, Jack Storm from the band Jazz Me, was arrested for the murder of his agent. He killed his band manager. He was high as a kite on drugs and stabbed him to death 10 times. Found guilty. He said he had no idea about any murder. Now it looks like the boys' club from college, True Calling, was called Murder. Now I'm famous. I'm a news reporter. I had all the interviews and all the articles about them. I guess I was there at the right time. What luck. But here's my confession. My real purpose in life was to make them all pay. For what, you say? College was a nightmare, and they made it their mission to put me down and tease me any time they saw me. I was known throughout the school as the biggest nerd. That was my nickname, and it stuck. Everyone took their side, and they all treated me horribly. I had to work my way through school. I didn't have family money like them. I had to fight for everything I needed. I did, and I got my revenge in the end. It took years of work and planning, but they're all paying the cost now. They never thought of me after college, but I thought of them, and I planned it all. The first one, Doc Baker. I was the missing patient they never found, Paul Young. Still missing. I disguised myself, and he never recognized me at all. Even when I did the interview, I thought he would recognize me, but I guess not. I wasn't that important enough to remember. I'm a great actor, and I learned his techniques of hypnotizing people. I got to each patient and made them kill themselves with their worst fears. Then I just vanished. The patient that they never found was me. It pays to be a nerd. You can learn anything you need and make it work. I did, and I learned how to do the perfect murders. Chef Anthony Ramos. Boy, that was easy. I made believe I was a new busboy. No one ever pays attention to them. I slipped some poisoned hemlock into the pesto. Voila! Death by a signature dish. Senator Paul Simons. I found his girlfriend one night at a bar. She was crying, and she spilled the goods on the old senator. All I had to do was convince her to mail the incriminating stuff to the news. That was me. I was the news reporter. I told her, just drop a dime on the cheater. She thought I was a kindred spirit. I told her about my girlfriend dumping me. Of course, that was a lie. The senator never knew I set him up for the murder. Jack Storm, a well-known junkie. He had some bad stuff. Guess who gave it to him? I disguised myself as a drug dealer. He was found stoned out of his mind with the murder weapon and the dead body of his manager, who he was always arguing with over money. There were many witnesses to the heated arguments. He played his last time now. He sings in the big house. They all deserve what they got. They got their just desert in the end. Now who's the rich and famous author? I even got a book deal about the murder from the news reporter's perspective. Maybe a TV show or a movie. How I reported on the murders and helped the police catch these murderers. So I guess you can say my true calling is Revenge of the Nerds. Who's going to be crazy now? Thanks for listening to Meg's Mysteries. Hope you come back for more.